Shit, what's going on? Hold on. Oh, it isn't that. Okay, never mind. What's going on, y'all? Season 4, episode 3. Already in episode 3 of season 4. I mean, I think we're on a good little run here. You know, we already had a super special guest come on yesterday for the second episode. And yeah, man, let's see how much further this shit can go. That's what I'm curious about. How much further this could go and how it's gonna be. And what other special guests we're gonna have on. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna be real, the special guests that I have had on, I didn't expect them to be down to come on. If that makes sense. So, um, shit. Hopefully they did like it, and hopefully it wasn't too much. I can tell you for the second episode there, it was a little bit of a struggle. Um, with the connection and everything, trying to get her to understand. Not understand, trying to understand her. My fault. Because she would be talking and it would kind of cut out a little bit, and I didn't know if it was the streaming, like the stream itself, or if it was the connection on her end. Like I don't really know. Um, I do wish it was better though, but we worked with what we had, and that's the good thing about it, I guess you could say. So yeah, and I got my 40 today. So let's go ahead and invite our special guest on. Yeah, I hope it doesn't fuck up my shit. Uh, okay. So I didn't fuck it up. Okay. The other thing I noticed from my fault from episode 1 is that in the beginning you couldn't really hear what I was saying until later on in the video, and I think this app was going through some shit. So I mean, we're gonna play it back and see if it did that to this one as well. But fucking hopefully it didn't. And yeah, right now we're just waiting for her to join up and make sure my volume's good. Yeah, my volume's straight. Okay. All right. Cool. Shit still. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're just waiting. We're just here playing the waiting game. I don't know too much about tonight's guest, so like I said, we're here to get to know all that, see what the vibe is, and see if she is, for one, into the whole paranormal myth stuff, and if she believes in it, cold heartedly. We gon' see. We is going to see. There we go. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. So go ahead, introduce yourself to everybody viewing and watching.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie. I am from Southern California.
Right,
Um,
San Diego.
yeah,
I'm gonna guess San Diego.
Inland Empire, so pretty close.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. So what is it that you do?
I'm an outside sales rep, and I guess I'm a content creator sometimes when I feel like it.
Outside. Hold on,
I
what does
do.
that mean? Because usually people will say like content creating is like my side hustle, or like that's what I do part time or whatever. But you said sometimes. So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, like I don't like to me. I feel like TikTok's just fun. TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff is fun.
Okay.
So I don't
Okay.
I don't really do it for money. I just do it because it's enjoyable.
So I can tell you I respect you already for that because I feel like especially when it comes to TikTok, people are so into just getting the gifts, getting the money that they don't really care for having fun, going live or whatever. I think that's the kind of overall vibe I get from TikTok. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I usually like honestly like I have a lot of friends there that like more than in real life friends, so I usually just go on live just to hang out with them.
Absolutely, and as you should, man. Like as you should. Like, I usually like if I go on TikTok and I go live, it's all just to have fun. Like if they send gifts,
Yeah,
I'm kind of like, I appreciate it, but I'm not really. I'm gonna forget about it like in the next hour or so.
right.
Yeah, that's my
You
thing.
forget about the gifts when they gift you?
Yeah, it's not that important.
Ah, I guess.
You guess.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like it shouldn't be something that you forget about because people are gifting you. So,
I mean, true, but the gifts is like the currency on there, and it's like I'm not really looking to get any type of currency from it, if that makes sense.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
that
a lot of
makes
people
sense.
think that's weird, but I have my own type of income coming in, so I don't really need all that
Right,
type. Appreciate the love though. I let them know I
right.
appreciate the love. So going into our main topic of this season, paranormal myths, all that stuff. You're comfortable talking about all that type of stuff, right? Or is it
Yeah.
kind of like spook? Okay, I used to get like spooked out by that, but um, so do you like cold heartedly believe in that type of stuff, or like have your own like experiences of some weird shit?
Well, I'm Filipino, so yeah, it's pretty like paranormal and all that stuff. It's like huge in our culture. Usually even like when people pass away, like sometimes I remember like when my auntie passed away, we put one of those like it was like a bird, like a little toy bird, and like if there was any emotion, it would chirp, and we put it in her old room, and just like we would all go in there and like pretend to talk to her, or not pretend, but like like act like we were talking to her, and like waited to see if like the bird would chirp. And supposedly my other auntie said that like it didn't happen for me, but I didn't like have anything super
Yeah,
crazy like that happen. But yeah, like I'm not going to be one to dismiss that there is no like spirits or ancestors out there.
yeah. No, I definitely think there's definitely like energies and shit and spirits and all
Right,
that. But what people like forget though is like not all spirits and energies are good. You know what I'm saying? So you have certain
right,
people that tap into the rituals and the games and shit, which I'll never fucking do.
right.
Um,
You've never done the Ouija board?
fuck no, I've been invited to that shit. Like when I was in high school, like people were like, "Let's go do this at a party." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good," because that's gonna follow my ass home, and I'm superstitious. Um, just
We
like
did Ouija board. You never did like light as a feather, stiff as a board, any of that
fuck no,
stuff?
I didn't even play no Bloody Mary in that shit. Oh hell no, man. I don't fuck around with that stuff. I'll listen to what happens to people that actually do and go try that, but I'll never try
We
that
for
myself.
sure did that stuff.
You did Bloody
100%.
Mary?
Oh
You
yeah. Oh
wow,
yeah,
dude.
definitely. Did the
So
did the Ouija board, light as a feather, stiff as a
you
board.
did the Ouija board too? That's even crazy.
Yeah.
Did it actually move by
Yes.
itself, or were people pushing that shit?
I honestly couldn't even tell you because I like when I did it as a kid, so I fully thought it was moving by itself. Like I even did where I would play by myself, and I'm like, and then I think I got scared because I was like, I don't know, I was like asking questions, and whatever spirit was attached to it was not answering in a very positive way. So I was like, okay, we're gonna put this away.
Yeah, it's like a what's called a demon.
Yeah, I was like, I think we got a bad spirit.
Definitely
We're not
so.
gonna play with this anymore.
Yeah, you gotta burn that shit afterwards and bless the house, bless whatever place you're in, all that stuff. But just like Filipino culture, I come from a Mexican culture or Chicano culture, Mexican American. Um, our culture is very much so into that superstitious, paranormal shit.
Right.
I'm sure you have. Have you ever heard of La Llorona? You probably have your own version of that.
What
It's
is
like
it?
La Llorona. It's like the lady that drowned her kids, then drowned herself in regret type of deal, and so she's forced to roam the earth as a spirit looking for her kids.
Yeah, so ours is similar to the white lady.
Yeah,
Like hers is like she committed suicide, I believe, or she killed herself because of like a lover. So she like roams the streets
yeah,
looking for her
that's
lover.
spooky shit. Yeah, The thing is, though, La Llorona's been claimed to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have seen
No,
her.
same with the white lady. Same with
Some
the
of
white lady. They say
the-
like you'll, yeah, like no, in the Philippines or whatever, like um I like I personally have not had anything like that in the Philippines, but there like we have like I think you guys have it too, the duende, but we have duendes in the Philippines.
yeah, yeah. But I still will forever say the scariest shit is La Llorona because, like I said, people have heard her cry, seen her. I never have, and I don't want to. Um,
Right.
you know, I'd be a terrible character in a horror movie. Let's just put it that way. Because
Are you gonna be the first one to die in a horror movie or
I mean, it could be that, or because you know how like horror movies they're built around like, oh, we gotta go investigate where the noise came from and shit. And usually, for
right?
some awful fucking reason, they're the ones that survive. Have you- If you, I don't know if you've noticed that.
The ones that want to check it out and you're like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
where's that sound
the
coming from? Let's
like
go
the
check out
one
this
like
back dark room.
yeah, like if you take the Caucasian lady that has a group of diverse friends and she's the only one investigating and shit, and she's the one that lives. Like that don't make no sense to me, you
Right.
know?
I hate that. No, I
Because
have definitely noticed that, but it's like in the movie Scream.
yeah, and like the black dude was like killed off right away. No, that was the second one, my fault. Yeah, but it's I don't know, like me not sticking around and shit. Like I probably would be either out of the movie just because I dipped out right away, or I'd be like
Yeah.
the one killed off because I tried to escape or some shit. But either way, like I'm not gonna stick around. Like if it's a real high house,
No,
no.
I feel like I feel like I'd be one of the first to go. But I don't know, like I would definitely like either one hide somewhere or run.
That's
But
somewhere.
I do you like okay, so I'm sure that you have what you call it? Uh what's it called? Theme parks, right? So since we're
Yeah.
entering spooky season, like they have to have like some sort of horror night. Like we have Not Scary Farm or Universal Halloween Horror
Oh yeah,
Nights.
like the scary cornfields and shit that they have some places. I know what you're talking about.
So like the theme parks though, they have mazes. Like they'll build mazes in the theme parks and then they'll have like monsters roaming around that come and scare you and all that fun
Yeah.
stuff.
You actually like that shit?
Hell yeah. I don't like scary like okay, so it's really funny too that we're having this because I just got invited to watch a scary movie tonight and I hate scary movies. I hate horror films and I don't
Word.
like jump scares, but I I love going to like theme parks. Like not like I haven't. It's been a while since I've been to Not Scary Farm, but it's so. I feel like it's so much fun when you walk around and you don't know when a monster is gonna scare you, or like you walk through the maze. And I remember one year I like went to Not Scary Farm like 2 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
and I went once with my friend, and then I went another time with a group of friends, and we went to the same maze, and I saw the same monster, and I was like, "There's no way that this monster is gonna get me because I see him. I know he's there." And sure enough, like the second time, I still got scared. I was like, "How is this possible?" Because I like eye
You
contact
saw
with this
him, yeah.
monster. I saw him. I knew him, and I was like, "No, ain't no way." And right as I walked by him, jump scare. Second time around, I was like, "How is that possible?" It was
It could
great. It
have
was
been
one
a
of my
loud
favorite
noise.
things.
Like, did he jump out, like, make like a loud noise?
Possible,
That, yeah,
but
loud noises kind of can make you jump too. But that's crazy. So, like, when it comes to horror movies, I don't watch, like, nowadays shits because that's, like, all about, people being possessed and shit. And I don't fuck with that. Um, I'll watch, like, the old school slasher movies, like Friday the 13th,
Friday the
Halloween,
13th,
Nightmare on Elm
Freddy
Street.
Krueger.
The was kind of
Yeah,
funny. Yeah, like shit like that. But
you
seeing
don't do
people getting
Saw like
twisted,
the Saw series,
I've seen a couple of those. Some people are like, that's real gory, and it is. Um, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. You
right?
know? Yeah. But seeing
I
people getting
agree.
twisted up in pretzels and heads spinning around, throwing up and shit, nah, I'm good.
But that's like, what is that? Uh, The Exorcist. That's like the Exorcist stuff. The head
Yeah,
spinning around.
yeah, fuck that. Speaking in whole and that's what's scary though, right? Like they say speaking in tongues, like what people don't know is that that could be like the legit shit that the possessed person was saying. Like it could be
Right.
like it could be like word for word what the fuck it was saying, and that's what's scary. That could be like a curse.
Have you ever heard someone speak in tongues?
Fuck no. Hell no.
My biological dad, my biological dad is like a born again Christian, and when I used to have to visit him for the summer, they would always make me go to like Christian church.
Yeah.
And I swear, I don't even know, like I swear it was like every almost like every Sunday there'd be somebody that was just like out saying a bunch of gibberish, and I was like,
Yeah. They
power of Christ.
yeah. That's all you can do. Is
Power of Christ compels you.
yeah, yeah, for real. I couldn't be a what do they call them shits? Exorcist? What are they? Are they pastors that do that shit? I don't even know.
Yeah, priests that come and they
Preach.
perform exorcisms. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because that's all I would say over and over and over, and it probably wouldn't work.
I can't
Because they,
remember. God, I was thinking, have you ever seen that movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
I feel like I had. That sounds familiar.
It's supposed to be like based on a true story, and it's like supposedly. Oh God, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies thinking about it because it was one of those movies that hella creeped me out.
Yeah.
Because it's supposedly based on true. You gotta watch it. But like this girl, I think she ended up dying or something from like the exorcisms, or I can't remember exactly like how it went, but let me see. You know what? Let me Google. I gotta Google.
She gotta
And
Google it.
I am gonna Google it. And like I just remember let's see, Emily Rose. I remember watching the movie and it was like really creepy. There was like one scene where like she's like the boyfriend wakes up in the middle of the night and the girlfriend and Emily is like on the floor, like in this weird ass fucking position with her eyes open. And he's like, what the fuck? And she was like possessed really bad.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
no, she's still alive.
like I would have to leave. I would have to dip.
Okay, what is the excision of Emily Rose? So it's a thrilling horror film based on a true story about a single lawyer who takes on the church and the state when she fights for the life of a priest who has performed deadly exorcisms on a young woman. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, it
See, that's what's
was
scary too. Is it says based on a true story. So like shit like that
right.
happens to people where they get like that and then end up in those types of situations. Fuck all that.
Okay, hold on. So I'm trying to get the real story of it. So basically, it was like, oh, what's the true story? True story. Okay, loosely based. But I want to say, okay, so I want to say, I think it was because of like, it was just so weird. I think it was the exorcisms themselves were just really bad. And so, yeah, she
Oh,
died. A young woman named Annalise Mikel underwent a terrifying exorcism that became a tragedy. Yeah, that's
oh, I
when
heard
she
of that
died.
story. She's like European or some shit, right?
Yeah, so and it had to deal with like the exorcisms, but supposedly she was like really like she was possessed
Yeah,
like
like
by something really crazy. So like the exorcisms or whatever like that they were doing wasn't working, and so then they or something wasn't working, and then so they brought this priest in, and then Emily Rose ended up dying. And then that's where the movie came out because there was a lawyer that was trying to defend the priest that
yeah,
was performing the exorcism. So yeah, that shit's fucking creepy.
yeah.
Because it
No,
has some true
the real
stories that
story is
you
even creep. The real story is even creepier because they explain like how that shit happened out of nowhere, and like they
yeah.
noticed that like she wasn't like eating as much. Was like you know going to the bathroom on herself and shit, like just not being herself, and fucking
Yep.
like it just kept getting worse and worse, and they had like little audio clips, and you could hear like that definitely wasn't her damn voice, yeah, it's fucking creepy as hell.
Have you
Um,
ever seen The 12th Kind? It has nothing to do with exorcisms and stuff, but
thank
have you
you.
ever seen the movie?
What was it called?
The 12th Kind?
The 12 Kind. I
Yeah.
don't think.
It's
No, I don't
about
think so. What's that one about?
it's about aliens.
Okay, we could talk aliens all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna lie, the demon talk was kind of
Is it called the 12th kind? No, sorry, the fourth kind.
the fourth kind.
It's called the fourth kind. It's based out of Alaska. So there's a bunch of like unsolved, like a bunch of people went missing in Alaska, and there is, and it's again based on a true story. It was like a therapist that was like she was putting everybody into like a deep sleep to like kind of draw out like really get her patients to talk. Like she did
I think I
like a
have, and
different thing.
it
Right.
it's like
They all said they
contagious.
saw owls.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and they all said that they saw a white owl, but when she put them into like the sleep therapy, whatever, hypnosis, they ended up finding out it wasn't an owl. They were that like the owls were supposed to be the like the aliens that had like taken them and like were probing them on all kinds of shit, but like their memories of the owl of seeing them was like just seeing an owl. So like, and it was like crazy shit because when like supposedly like when they were finding out that this therapist was doing this, like
mhm.
she ended up like breaking hella bones in her body. Like it was crazy, the same shit.
Well,
And like they had like side by side footage. Like so they would do like the movie replay, and then they would have like the real life footage that they had of like these sessions or
yeah, I know
whatever,
exactly what you're
and put
talking
them.
about.
So you know the movie I'm talking about.
Yeah. And like, what was it?
Mm-mm.
It's like the son didn't believe the mom or some shit like that,
Nobody believed the mom.
or like no one believed her. Yeah, and
And
then
then they all got taken.
which I wonder what they think now, or like when they first saw that, like I wonder what they thought to themselves, like, oh fuck, that was real.
I don't, that's hard to say. Do you believe in all of that stuff?
I would say this, right? I will definitely say there's definitely other species on other planets, so there's definitely extraterrestrials because we can't be the only fucking human beings in this whole universe or the only species. This planet can have all this shit and be the only one in the universe. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be other shit. You got to have an open mind about it. There's got to be other shit.
No, I think the same way. I feel like people are naive to think that we're the only species in
But
the
it's funny
whole
because like a
galaxy.
lot of I come from a Christian slash Catholic family. Like it's half and half really,
Right,
and they don't believe in that. Like it's either you're a person or like anything God created, or you're a demon or an angel. Like they
right.
don't there's no extraterrestrial, and it's like what? Like how can
No, I mean I get it. I mean
I do
I mean
too? But
you're a
like
Catholic, like
I would think like yeah, if God created all of us, cool, but He probably created other shit too. You
right.
know, so I don't know. It's interesting to think about, but I definitely think there's other stuff out there. Do I think that they're gonna invade and shit like that? That I'm more lean towards the no part because if you look at like old history and shit, and like you're trying to figure out how they like, let's say the Egyptians, how they built the pyramids and shit, or how Aztecs built their temples and shit. They I don't
Right.
think they just came up with the schematics to build all that. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Or when you think about the lost city of Atlantis,
Yeah.
right?
Which
So
where
they were
was that? Was that
so
in
ahead of the time.
that was in like Greece or some shit, right? Or like around there?
Bermuda, I believe.
Bermuda? That Bermuda Triangle iffy.
You know what's wild though? Okay, so I there's like this app that I have on my phone, and it gives you like real time like weather of the like you can see like almost as if you were the weather person, right? Like the satellites. And like it's crazy because like in the Bermuda Triangle area,
Yeah.
there be some storms. Like, I was like, I can like look at older storms around there, and I'm like, okay, so I can understand why people would go missing there because it's just there's a lot of like unquestionable storms there.
Yeah. But like planes going down and shit, because planes usually fly above the clouds. The clouds is like part of the storm. So how
Right.
the fuck do they, just drop into the ocean like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you were to look at this app, man, I think you'd understand. 'Cause, like
I'm gonna have
you
to
can see
check it
like,
out.
oh, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called Zoom Earth or something like that. And
Google
like
Earth. Dub plane.
it's not Google Earth though. And you can it's cool because like it literally shows you like real time. and you can like even play back like, you know, the past days, and they can like look like, you know, the predictions. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting like watching it, because I'm like, I like to go scan all over. I'll go to like the
Should have
East
zoomed in
Coast
and see if
or
you could see
yeah.
some crazy shit. You know, like you might find a
Oh,
figure
it
of some.
doesn't show you that. It doesn't show you. It just shows you the
Oh
weather.
man. See, Google Earth would probably show you that.
I have yet to see anything interesting on Google Earth.
But I haven't used Google Earth since I was a kid. Like I actually think that was the coolest shit.
And you could zoom in on your house.
Yeah, well that was kind of creepy, but like you know, just around the neighborhood and stuff. It was, you can see like the little van that took the picture. Damn. I think only like people around our age probably know what that is. Like now, like the kids now don't know that shit at all.
Well, Google Earth.
Yeah, they probably don't know what the fuck that is at all.
When you say our age,
Well, you don't look far from my age. I'm gonna put it that way. How old do you think I am?
I appreciate that. I don't know, how old do you think I am?
23.
That is amazing and really sweet of you. And you're probably purposely lowballed.
You said purposely what?
You purposely lowballed that number.
No, you look 23. Like you look around like 20, 21 between 24. You know what I'm saying? But I would say 23 if that was my guess. Like my dead on guess.
I'm 38.
Uh-uh. Hey, look, I understand. My mom's half Asian and she hasn't really aged that much. So, yeah.
Asian don't raisin.
Yeah, no, not till they're like 70, then it just hits out of nowhere.
Yep, then we just turn into Ninja Turtles.
Yo, that's fucked up. mm,
I get to
damn.
say that.
I would have never guessed 30 yet. Like, I would think you were still, like, in college or something.
Nope.
That is wild to me. Wow. You might be, like, one of those, like, reptilian individuals.
I might be.
Where, change your eyes if you can. Nah, I do
It's
think that shit's...
possible. I could be a vampire, you know.
See, it's some Twilight shit. But, I mean, do you think... So, that reptilian shit, you probably heard of it. Do you think that shit's kind of real? Or not really?
Like reptilian people.
Like they said, like, have you heard of it?
I haven't, but there was this TikTok that went viral of that chick that went crazy on the airplane because she was like, that man is not real.
Everyone was talking about that, and I really want to know what the fuck she saw. But I thought I later found out that was like fake or something. Like she would put it.
Supposedly it was like a fake thing, but there was speculation. I think they were saying that he was like a reptilian man or whatever, but or like an alien of some sort. I don't know.
I don't know, cause like
I
she,
tried I tried watching that video a bunch of times, and everybody was like, it's this guy, and I was like, he looks just like a regular person, so I don't understand what the issue is, but I guess like she was sitting next to him and saw something different, but I don't know.
probably just made her uncomfortable. I don't fucking know.
I mean, yeah, I get it, like being made uncomfortable, but there's a difference between being made uncomfortable and being like visibly terrified of that person. Like she was
Yeah, like she looked like
terrified of
she
that
saw some
person.
shit. Yeah, which
Yeah,
is.
she definitely looked like she saw some shit.
But what's weird is they said she went missing or some shit, and like no one could find her, and then out of nowhere,
Don't
this
say
person was
that.
like, "I found her." Like what?
No, what? She went missing?
That's what they said. Like after that whole incident, she went missing, and then someone found her. Like I think it was like a week or so later, they found her, and then she was like, "Yeah, it was fake." I was like, okay, the fuck.
No.
You shouldn't have said that. You should have kept it interesting, fucker. You know?
No, because okay, devil's advocate, what if the week she went missing, that she was like kidnapped by like the government, and they were like, you shut the fuck up. And then she was
Clone.
like, when they found her, she was like, oh yeah, I'm just kidding.
Could be that
Unagi.
too. It could be that. Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and fuck around and talk shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they might come for my ass. So Nah, I'm not gonna play that game. Fuck that.
Yeah.
They got
Erase
it.
this. Erase
They
this
got it.
from the clips. We were never talking about this at all.
Yeah. They got it. But I will say that there are some weird shit that goes on within it. You know what I'm saying? And that goes as far as to like even the old school celebrities. You know what I'm saying? That were about to expose some shit, and it could have been some alien shit back then, and then boom, they died of a drug overdose or a shot or
I
whatever.
mean, Bob Marley. Have you ever heard the conspiracies with Bob Marley's death?
Bob who?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley? Nah. There was one.
Yeah.
He was part of it too.
So like I mean like okay, have you ever listened to like Bob Marley's music?
Of course. I
Okay.
know I'm
I
young,
have
but
to ask that question. No, I just have to ask that question because some people just like don't really understand reggae or don't listen to reggae and so
the
wouldn't
only
really know
reason
Bob
I
Marley.
did was because I hung out like with my cousins and stuff. We're from Colorado, so you already know like the grass out there is a little different. And yeah, that was the go-to music back then.
Okay, because the only reason why I'm saying like I think it was what like because you listen to like Redemption Song and like obviously like Bob Marley was trying to like do movements and stuff like
Yeah,
make a change, and so supposedly there was like I don't know my sister used to date this guy that was like completely in love with Bob Marley and was all about conspiracy theories and he had told me that like someone had like put like a needle in his shoe and like it like poked him and like it was injected with something and then it made him sick and that's how he died or I don't know something
that's a
crazy
weird
like
way
that.
to take someone out. Yeah, I'm gonna put a needle in his shoe. What the
I mean,
fuck?
did you ever hear that stuff or like you like if you ever go to the movie theaters, make sure you check your seat first. Like you've never like heard those warnings before?
Uh
Oh, okay.
uh. Yeah, no. I
Well,
honestly I've listened to Bob Marley, of course. I know who he is, but I thought he like died of cancer or some shit. Like I thought that's how he went out.
yeah, it was like some I don't know, like some conspiracy about like people were trying to make him sick because of
But
like
they did the same thing to Marilyn Monroe too.
yeah, and then if you think about like Nipsey Hussle or you know like I don't you know all those things.
Nipsey is a little different. I don't know if that was tied with it. I think that was just straight up like
Could
motherfuckers
be
that didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? Because
maybe.
I like Nipsey. I like a lot of rappers, but a lot of rap, especially like that made like old school type stuff like that. And I had that type of vibe. Were a part of that life. And unfortunately, some people didn't fuck with him, and that's what happened. It's unfortunate, but I don't know if he was. I could be wrong. I don't know if he was tied to that whole fucking conspiracy or not. You know what I mean? But we never know because there's a lot of celebrities that look like they're being fucking cloned. You know what I'm talking about? The ones
They'd be what?
that look like they got cloned. You know what I'm saying? Like that look
Oh,
that
yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah.
aged at all.
Right. Who is it that what's his name? Fuck. Why am I like losing my brain right now? Pharrell. Like Pharrell doesn't look like he's aged.
um, what does he do?
You don't know who Pharrell is?
Oh, I didn't hear you say Pharrell. My fault. I didn't hear you say Pharrell.
So I gotta go.
No. So what's creepy, right? You know how they pop up like old school pictures and shit. There was like an old
Yeah.
school picture and it looked just like him. And then they popped up the new picture and there's no change. There's no difference at all.
Or like Missy Elliott looks younger now than she did back then.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just wild.
And
You
and
know what's
just
weird though is I feel like I look younger now. So
you do like I would have never guessed that. I would have never guessed 38.
yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. It must be like the food. Is it the food?
You know what I like to tell people? I like to tell people it's the rice.
The rice. I ate a lot of brown rice, Spanish rice, but that's probably
Yeah,
not
you
the
know, like
best.
rice, and then you open the rice cooker, and then the steam steams your face.
Yo, that's legit. Chill out,
It's
cause if I see a wrinkle, I'm gonna try that. Yo, fucking put my face right there. I see one wrinkle. I'm telling you, it's I'm gonna try everything.
yeah. Well, my one thing that it was funny, me and my cousin were talking about it today because we're like, we need to start listening to your mom because like my mom's skin looks like glass skin. I swear she has like no wrinkles, right? And she's like, I don't know, something like I don't know. And I'm like,
Damn.
Mom, what do you use for your face? And she's like, oil of Olay. And I was like, fuck, maybe I really need to actually use it because like I never used it in my lifetime. And I'm like, maybe I need to start because she looks good.
Yeah, like I'd say the most is like my mom has like a lot of gray hair, but no wrinkles. Just just the gray hair.
Yeah, but my mom dyes her gray hair, so like when I tell you like she looks young, yeah,
Yeah, my mom used to
like she
too, and then
doesn't
she
look
said,
like she's
"Fuck
like in
it."
her like 70s, 80s.
Like I probably wouldn't guess her age right either.
No, you wouldn't. I would probably say she looks like I would probably say like 50s, 60s, but like definitely not like the age that she is. Like she looks I'm like, I need to get some Olay on my face right now
Olay.
because
They say that aloe vera really helps too. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know.
No, no,
I need to get that Korean skincare.
that Korean skin. Yo, yeah, I don't know what they do, but I was actually out there for a year, and yeah, I didn't see a lot of wrinkly old Korean people. Like they all look very young and
Very
healthy.
young.
That had super healthy skin and shit. They
Yeah.
made me look crazy.
I don't know, man. But
But
it's
I
also the food. It's also our food though, because you got to think about like food in America versus like food internationally, and like our shit's just so processed.
Yeah, well, even Mexican food is kind of similar to that. We eat the same type of products and shit. So yeah, it's nothing like. I mean, I would say the closest we have to like foods in Asia is obviously like we have rice, but we have brown rice, Spanish rice, what we call it. And we'll use adobo sometimes, chicken adobo, but not too much.
Yeah, but your adobo is like a seasoning, and our adobo is. Are you talking
Okay.
about the adobo, the adobo seasoning?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, we still season our food. We cook real
No, but the
good.
adobo seasoning, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like a seasoning. It's not actually the dish.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. Because do you have a chicken adobo dish like ours?
Probably not.
Got it.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Ours is different. Because when I think of like adobo, like there's like adobo seasoning that I use that, but chicken adobo is like it's made with soy sauce and vinegar, and it's
Yeah.
like
So
a
no, we
soupy.
don't. Yeah, we don't use soy
Got
sauce
it.
and shit. We use vinegar. We don't use soy sauce. We eat a lot of meat. We eat a lot of cheese and beans and guacamole and shit.
Yeah, we don't do
Stuff
that.
like that. So I mean, it's healthy, but like not as healthy as you could possibly be. If that makes sense.
Oh, ours is not healthy. Guarantee it. Our food is not. It's far from.
It's not. Why is it not healthy? Like, what makes it not healthy? Okay, I haven't had Filipino food, so you can't like can't dish on me right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, greasy, fatty.
Ours is greasy and fat.
Um, like okay, so I mean, think about like Philippines is what would I say? Third world slash second world country, right? So like we make stuff based on like just like the food to survive. So you'll use everything. Like we have a dish that's called dinuguan that's made with pork blood and like pork intestine, right? And you cook it and then you eat it. It's all good.
Fucking intestine.
Um,
We call
yeah.
that what the fuck we call that, man? I can't think now. You got me on that vibe. What the fuck is that called? Chicharrones, but it's not like a whole
Oh,
dish. It's cut up. It's cut up fat.
chicharron is so good. Yeah. We
Oh,
have one that
really?
we fry that's called chicharron bulaklak, and it's like intestine, and then we fry it and then eat it in like a soy sauce, and it's like
Yeah.
so good. We have chicharron fried chicken skin, so it's like it's that's good too. Get
Fried
some
chicken
chicken skin
skin.
chicharron. Yes, the chicken skin chicharron is hella good.
um,
Hell good. It's probably way better than like I don't know. I wouldn't say it's way better, but like you know when you get fried chicken and then you like eat just the chicken skin. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's all crispy and shit. Yeah.
yeah. Then like we like literally just sell just like fried chicken skin. So it's chicken chicharron.
I feel like the Philippines
Um,
be cool as fuck to go to.
yeah, it is. Depending on parts, so you have to at least know where to go, like Subic
Yeah, I wouldn't
Bay,
know where to go. Like I would think like
Boracay.
Manila or some shit, like the the basic
Well,
cities
of
or some
course,
shit.
Manila. No, you gotta go like Quezon City, Palawan, Boracay, Subic Bay, um, Kalinga.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's over 700 islands, so good luck.
You say good luck. Damn. So are there like bad areas that like people should avoid type of deal when they want to travel out there?
Yeah, but I don't know, like any.
Hmm.
I mean, it's bad everywhere, so but
True.
they love
Some
tourists.
I would say some worse than
And
others. Like I could tell you Mexico right now is not a place to go to right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole violence and shit, the violencia out there has gotten crazy. So yeah, I don't plan on going anytime soon because of that.
in the Philippines, they'll say that you're light skinned, so they'll probably think that you're white, and they'll treat you like
For
you're a
real.
god over there. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Just because of like lighter skin and shit.
Hmm.
What if
Oh
I
yeah.
just went over there and like what if I just went over there and spoke nothing but Spanish? Like I was over there and I was like, ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, hombres? ¿Qué onda,
I
güey?
mean, they wouldn't be able to communicate. Oh, you know what? They probably could still communicate with you.
I'd say Tagalog's a little similar, a little bit.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like, we actually have a language that's similar. Like it's, God, I can't remember what province it is, but it's like really similar to like Spanish.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, like Philippines was colonized by the Spaniards for 300 years, so there's a lot of similarities that we
Yeah, I'm
have.
glad you said that and you know that because some people or some of my Filipino homies would say like it was Mexicans that went over there and colonized. I was like, bro, nah, like they didn't have boats back then. Like my ancestors didn't have boats and shit to go over there, and they probably didn't even want to go in the water to go over there. So it definitely wasn't Mexicans. Probably definitely
Yeah,
Spain.
well, like some people don't know how to separate Spaniards like from Mexico, so
Well, that's the other thing too about Latin countries is like you said, like we all come in all colors. So you'll see like Latinos that are black. You'll see Latinos that are
mhm,
Asian. You'll see Latinos that are lighter skinned like myself, and you'll see a lot of different shapes and colors. And so
right.
that I can see why that could confuse people for sure.
Well, that's the
Um,
same thing in the Philippines, though. So in the Philippines, you have people that are light skinned. You have people that we have like people that are like have a lot of melanin, like they look black Asian, right?
yeah.
That look like they could be from Melanesia.
But
You
see,
have
my
like
color,
people that are like me that are in the middle. So
I get like in between like a yellow and a tan in the summer, and because it's fall now, it's kind of starting to go away. So I'm going back to kind of like a lighter color. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I don't
I
really
know.
fuck with
Yeah, like it's funny because I have like friends that are like, "Oh, you're really light skinned," like, and it's weird because like I do have light skin, but once I'm in the sun and I tan, I get dark.
Yeah,
I get pretty tanned. Like my tan on my arm does not match the color of my like my stomach is like white as white, and then you put my arm against it, you're like, whose white belly is that? Because it doesn't look like my arms belong to my body.
yeah. Like it'll just be like your face, neck, and arms, and possibly legs,
Yeah.
but your torso's fucking pale. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. That's me.
But there's Filipinos that get confused for being white.
I wouldn't say they would get confused for being white, but they are like lighter skinned. Like it's a different
Like my skin color right now.
pale. Yeah, like I would say that, or like more Asian, like
I'm about to say I came
Japanese,
out
like
of my mama.
Chinese.
I came out with my mama's skin tone.
Yeah, like my kids, they have like the desirable skin tone in the Philippines because they're very very light skinned. I'm
Yeah,
technically considered dark, even though I am a lighter skinned Filipina, but I would still be considered dark skinned, especially when I get tan.
that's crazy because like a lot of my, like I said, my Filipino homies, some of them are pretty dark.
Yeah, no, we can get pretty dark.
Yeah, but it's cool though. Like I can't, I don't get that dark. I get like a good, like I said, yellow between yellow and tan, because I have my mom's skin. But like I have family members, I get super dark, just from being outside. Then I have some family members I just get sunburned, and those are the ones that got more like the Spaniard look, with like the colored eyes and shit. And yeah, they just
Yeah.
they just get sunburned. They don't color.
Go just red.
Yeah, they'll just get burnt, and then I'm like, all right, go inside. Get the fuck out of here. Put some
I
sun.
dated I dated this guy who was like as white can be, and I remember he went
Like Canelo,
kayaking.
like, or like,
Like he was white, like straight up white, white as white can be, and he like went kayaking and he sent me a picture because he was like, "I'm so sunburned,"
yo,
and he's like, "And I put sunblock all over my body," and he sent me a picture of him, and he was like legit like like lobster, like all over his body, like at the front of his body. It was
oh
just
poor dude.
red. I was like, oh, like he's like, I can't move. It hurts so bad. He had to put like aloe vera on him. I don't know. I'm like, sometimes you just can't help it. I'm like, it's days like that that makes me happy to be my skin color because I'm never getting
Yeah,
sunburned
yeah.
like that.
But that's what's weird is like I've never been in sunburn, and if I have, it's been like when I was like younger, and I had like small like little on my shoulders, but nothing
Yeah,
crazy. As of now, I'll be in the sun all day and I won't get sunburned. I'll just get darker and fucking that's it, and then it'll
with
go.
no sunblock.
Huh? No, I don't even use
No,
sunblock. I don't need it. Nah.
wow, I do. You need sunblock.
Nah, just
Yes.
see the sun could be really good for your skin. That vitamin D and shit. And I feel like
Yes, but
sunblock kind of blocks some
sunblock.
of that out.
No, it doesn't. It just blocks it out so you don't get skin cancer. Come on.
Mm.
You're over here talking about taking care of your skin, but you won't protect yourself from skin cancer. Come on.
Hey, vitamin D is good for your skin. Like, look at my family. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like, they
can
worked
still
out.
get vitamin D. Just
They worked out
protect
in the
your
sun.
skin.
They have nice skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to do no Olay, nothing like that. They just worked in the sun. Like my grandpa was real dark, and he did a lot of roofing in the sun, and he just got dark, and he had good skin. So you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it works, sometimes it's enough.
Yes, I'll allow it.
You allow it?
I'll allow it.
Okay. I just feel like you gotta get used to it. That's all it is. It's like any other thing. You gotta get used to it, and then it'll be straight from there.
Yeah.
But for the Caucasian folk, I'm sorry, you might get skin cancer. You might.
Get your windows tinted.
That might not be a good idea for you. I think sunblock is definitely good for you, for sure.
Yes. I do sunblock. I used to not, but I wear sunblock. Only on my face though. Nowhere
No, I
else.
know a lot of people that I wouldn't like think that would get sunburned and use sunblock, and I'm like, you probably won't get burnt at all. And they're like, nah, I just want to protect my skin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that vitamin D though, you're blocking it.
That's
She's not
is that
understanding my
your
logic right now. She's like, this fool is crazy.
I'm like, that's your logic. Okay.
It's worked for me. I don't have skin cancer yet.
They also make vitamin D um pills that you can take. So
That is true. Yo, when I was a kid, I used to think the orange juice Sunny D had vitamin D. When I was a kid,
the more you know.
that's how I know you follow Hoodville on Instagram.
No. Who's
You
that?
don't?
Mm,
It's it's one of those Instagram pages that post funny shit. That's all it is.
ah,
And they use that the more you know shit for like their content.
that's just me. I'm just old.
That's not old. Like that was still in my era. We still use that in school.
But I'm just saying that's just the old, like, I don't have to follow anyone to have
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you
that
think? Okay,
humor.
that's another question. What do you think of this generation as far as like how they socialize, how they date, and shit like that? Hey,
Dating is garbage in this
thank you.
generation.
It is definitely.
Um, I mean, okay, I don't know, like, 'cause I dated in both generations, right? Before social
Before it
media
was so
became a
much better,
thing.
huh?
Like, well, I mean, I don't know, to be honest, but I feel like it's harder to date now because there's so many people that are very non-committal, right? Back
What do you think?
then,
What do you
people,
think causes that? Do you think it's social media, or the dating apps? Do you think that that's what it is, or do you think it's people just not knowing how to socialize?
well, I came in on the AOL generation, AOL, AIM, Instant Messenger, like with I had a bunch of internet boyfriends, right? So like
Yo,
I really don't think that's different. Um I mean, but back then I was younger, so I was like I never really was taking any of my internet boyfriends serious. Like I was like, oh, I'm my boyfriend,
that's
okay,
fucked up.
whatever,
Cause like,
right?
what if they were like the one that was like, bro, like I can't believe I'm dating
I was like 14 telling people I was like 16. Okay, so I don't think that any of them were the one. Um,
We've all been there. I was like 12
you
and I was
know,
telling 21.
exactly. So like I played like a catfish a lot before catfish was like a thing. So now like I
You lit as
like
fuck.
like obviously now with like dating apps, right? Like it's common to have multiple conversations with different people because you're trying to find that one person that you really connect with and vibe with the best, right? So
Yeah,
it's like it's just like I feel like it's hard. Like it's hard to know if people are really being genuine and if they're just saying what they think that you want to hear because they want to get something out of you, right? Like for
yeah,
me, I feel like a lot of like I've been single for 4.5 years. I'm a single mom of two kids, so it's a little bit harder for me to date or at least to meet people organically because I I live a busy life. I'm
yeah,
always on the go. I'm usually, and then if I'm not at work or whichever, I'm at home on
yeah.
TikTok, chilling with my TikTok friends, right?
Hell yeah,
So a lot of the people that I've met and I've dated have come from social media. Um, and I feel like because I show people who I am, like, sure, I can make content whichever way I want, right? Like, I can
yeah,
pretend to be whoever I want to be, but when I'm doing things like this, or if I'm on a live, then I'm showing people my true authentic self, right?
yeah. Which
So
I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a good, really good personality. You can keep a conversation, and that says a lot compared to this generation because there's a lot of people that can't do that at
that
all.
can't, right? And so I feel like because of that, people will be like, I like what I see, I like what I hear, I really like her vibe.
Yeah,
And so when they reach out to me or whichever, try to get to know me, it's a lot of like they'll put out this energy that they can't maintain. And this is like I literally like will always say this, like if you like I give people 3 days, and everyone thinks it's the wildest thing that I give people 3 days because usually like okay, cool, we can vibe on the first day, like, oh, we have a lot in common, I think blah blah
yeah,
blah blah blah, you really feeling each other. But if you can't can like maintain this vibe the next couple of days or whichever, until obviously, like if you're talking to someone online, like you might not be able to meet up with them anytime soon, right? So it's like if you can't maintain a vibe with me over the phone via text message or whichever in 3 days, like
yeah.
it's probably not going to be the same thing in real life, right? So I just keep it 3 days. That's about it.
I wouldn't
And
say that's crazy, because people say, I mean, people say like, give it a month and you'll see like their true colors or whatever. But in this
yeah,
day and age, all you need is like a couple days and you'll be able to see like a whole difference and shit. Especially if it's over social media over like a
Mm-hmm.
FaceTime or whatever the fuck you meet them off of, you can see
100.
that within a couple days and be like, either I fuck with it or yeah, there's some different shit going
Yeah.
on.
No,
There's a switch
I've
up.
definitely been. I utilize my block button real.
I think
Blocky,
I
blocky,
think
block.
I think us as content creators probably use that block button more often than anything. I can't even tell you how big my block list is on both TikTok, Instagram, all that shit. It's
Well, I mean, you have a gang of followers on Instagram. Um, I don't know what your following is like on TikTok though. You probably have like
TikTok,
okay.
I think it's like I don't even really look at it like that. But last time I checked it, it was just like 29K or some shit like that. So it's nothing too big.
Yeah.
Um, it's still a
You know,
big
it's
block.
funny that we say that though. Like whenever people go, "Oh, how many followers do you have on TikTok?" I was like, "Oh, I don't really have that many." And then they'll see my TikTok, like, "You're fucking famous."
Well,
And I'm like, in the TikTok world though, we're not. Like we're small
nah,
fries. Like
yeah. There's
that's
people that have like in
that's
the hundred
nothing.
Ks and shit. Like as much as I have on Instagram. Like I'm on Instagram more, so I know I could
Yeah,
tell.
but Instagram, I feel like Instagram having 100,000 followers is so much harder than like having 100,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, it depends on what you post and what you find as an audience. Like I wasn't podcasting when I first started Instagram. Like I was a whole, in high school doing sports and like fucking doing mixed martial arts and boxing, all that shit back then. So I built up that following from that, and then just switched over to podcasting like a couple years ago. So it continues from there, and you build like a different type of audience. And I noticed the big change once I switched over to that.
Interesting. Yeah, actually, me and my cousin are wanting to start a podcast. We're just
Definitely, I got all the tools. Got you. Yeah, like if you want to know exactly like how to post on Apple Podcast, Spotify, all that shit, I know exactly how
yeah,
to.
because we actually have a really, really dope idea. So sorry, shameless plug. Shameless
What's
plug,
the?
here it comes.
Yeah, what's the?
So well, we already kind of like I just have to get the logo design for it and everything. So we're calling it Monopole. So it Monopole is in our culture, it's a sign of respect. It's a gesture that you do to the elders in your family to show your respect to them, and they're supposed to do like a bless, like oh bless you. So basically, like you would take the elder's hand and you would put it to your forehead, right? So if I'm going to a family party or going to someone's house and I see like my auntie or my grandma, grandparents, whatever, I would take their hand and put it to my forehead, and then they would bless me.
Yeah,
So we're trying to take it and put a different twist on it because there's a lot of like, in your culture, and I'm sure you've dealt with it growing up, like certain things that like you probably don't agree with anymore now that you're older, right? Like for me, it's like the respect thing. It's like we have to do things because that's my elder. I have to listen to what they're telling me to do. Or even though I don't agree with it or I want to live my life a certain way, whichever.
yeah,
So the way that we're taking that and we're wanting to talk a lot about our cultural issues, trying to break the cycle, trying to, you know, fix things with our newer generation that's coming in and break the cycle of how we were raised. But to change the meaning of monopole to basically like give respect to someone that you genuinely respect, not because you're forced to respect them because they're older than you, right? So there's like when me and my cousin first started, like we were like thinking about doing it in the sauna, but it doesn't work because our phones get too hot. But there's a little clip that I have like where we're introducing ourselves and I take her hand and I show her the respect, and technically in our culture it's not right because she's younger than me. But
yeah,
I love that because that's me showing respect to my cousin because I genuinely respect her as a
yeah,
person and what she has to say, regardless of the fact that she's younger than me, right? So
yeah.
that's kind of the idea behind it, and pretty much like what we plan on talking about. And obviously, we're probably going to branch onto other things, but
Uh,
that's like the main synopsis of it is like if we're bringing on guests or whichever, it's like it's not the whole like, well, when you got to earn the respect thing, not like yes and no. It's just like I want to respect what this person has to say, even if it's like something that I'm not agreeing with, right? But like at
Yeah,
least like genuinely like listen to what they have to say and respect how they feel and on the topic or the subject or whichever. So that's like the idea behind it.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Shameless plug.
You know what I'm saying?
Shameless
Like when I
plug.
started my podcast, it was originally with my homies, and we're just like, look, we're gonna be our funny selves that we used to post on fucking Snapchat and all that shit, and we just
Yeah.
wanna, you know, go with the flow, just go in blind and just go with whatever. And it was good for a little bit, and then they got busy, I got busy, then I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna continue this shit, and then that's why I'm here now. But
Do you feel that if you go with the flow, it works better than having like a scheduled like these are my questions and these are the topics and this is because I've been on a different podcast before where it was like
scripted,
um
it was scripted.
it was not yes and no like there and it's funny because this dude's like going viral right now on TikTok for some shit but the first time I was ever on this podcast it was like we had to come up with questions and the second time I was on this podcast like he had questions but his podcasts were very targeted against women if that made any sense.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty fucking sure I know who you're talking about. There's actually a lot of dudes that do that. They'll bring a group of females on their podcast, ask them questions, and then no matter what they say, um, degrade it, talk shit to them, call them stupid, all this other shit,
Well,
and
it wasn't
basically,
like we were, yeah, I wasn't degraded or anything like that, but it was like, I don't know, like it just was one of those like definitely would bring up stuff, and I get those kind of podcasts because it's like it's that shock value. They know that they're gonna get the views because they're talking about controversial topics, and
yeah.
so like that's just like
Well,
what it was, and it's like it's funny because he invites me onto his podcast like all the time. And I've already been on it twice, and I'm just like, no, bro, like,
that's not it. So you would say this type of vibe is better than that type of vibe.
I like, to me, I like it if it flows. The
Hmm.
only, the only thing about, I guess, what I would say that I don't like about it when it's just like a free flowing is because then you change a bunch of topics, right? Like we started off talking about paranormal, we went to talking about aliens, we went to talking about all kinds of stuff, right? And now we're talking about podcasting. So it's like it's kind of hard to like I guess in my eyes of like okay if I want to talk about specifically this this episode is about paranormal and myths, right? Then
Yeah,
then you would have like a guide on say okay like let me ask you these questions about this that like to stay on topic so like when you post it like okay you have all these things that we talked about that had to deal with that versus
yeah.
like a free flow. I like a free flow,
So
but at the same time, like I think I've found that it like because me and my cousin we did that. We were trying to do a free flow, but after we like filmed it, it was kind of hard because we're like, okay, well, what do we talk about, or what is it that I'm trying to get out versus like, you know what I'm saying, like off topic, but I
so I
feel like
I would say, on my fault. I would say I like free flow, and that's how I started. Is because instead of just planning what you're gonna say, because let's say you plan what you're gonna say and it doesn't go that route, and you see that
right,
it's not really going anywhere, then you kind of fucked up. Um, Versus free flow, you're just going with the flow with it. And yeah, paranormal myths is like the main topic, but I also like to get to know the guests that I bring on.
I
So it's
guess
not just specifically we're talking about scary shit and all that, aliens and all that stuff. Like it's interesting, but I'm not just gonna keep it specifically on that because let's say that gets old after a while, and they're like, okay, let's hear something new. All right, let's get to
right,
know what her plans are, what she wants to do. Um, just more stuff about the guests that I'm bringing on instead of just going straight into the topic
right.
because they don't know who the fuck I brought on, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I
So that's
know
why I
they'll probably
do the way
like,
I
who
do
are you? Who is this Stephanie chick? I don't even know who she is. Hi,
it.
it's me. I'm her. She is
No,
me, and I am
I'm sure
her.
I'm sure the TikTok world definitely does know who you are, but I just like to keep it to where I can talk about the main topic, but also get to know exactly who I'm bringing on. You know what I'm saying? So that it's
Right.
genuine. It's a genuine conversation. It's not just what is it? Robotic.
Scripted. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say scripted because I don't got no paper in front of me. Got nothing, none of that shit.
No,
Nothing.
you just got yourself a bottle.
And this. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I like free flow. And that's why I recommend someone to just go with the flow when they start
Go with the
podcasting.
flow.
Yeah. And I would say even when you
Yeah.
first start out, like your first season, go with the flow that whole season so that you can get an idea of what topics work best for you. And you can include
Right.
that in your second season, and that could be your main topic. You know what I'm saying?
And do you like upload the whole thing? Like no edits, no cuts, no nothing?
Whole thing. Whole thing.
Interesting.
There was one instance I had a special guest on, and she was like, "That's too long." It was like a hour 20 something minutes because we were just going in, and she was like, "That's too long." But like I've had others be that long before. Oh shit, what happened? Uh-oh. No, 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 no. That's the black screen of death. Fuck. Uh-oh. That's not good. Shit. I don't know what happened. Fuck. There was a pause button right in the middle of my fucking screen. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Can you hear me?
I got a FaceTime call.
I figure, yeah. The black screen popped. I call it the black screen of death. Like if you get a call or an alarm, it just blacks the whole thing out. So
Yeah.
you're
I
good
was
though.
like, wait, hold on. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right. If I leave if I swipe up, is it gonna kick me out?
If you swipe up, I don't think so.
Okay, hold
We
on.
could fuck
1 second. Let
it
me
out.
pray.
Yeah.
Let me pray. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. 240-693. Oh, I'm still here.
There you are.
Okay, that worked.
It's
I
kind
like
of
texted
freezing.
my cousin because my cousin called me and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm still podcasting.
There you go. I mean, we almost done. It's kind of lagging a
Yeah.
little bit though.
Oh, is it? Am I lagging?
Yes. Yeah, you might have to what's it called? Like
Refresh.
leave and then come. Yeah, leave and come back. Yeah, I think that might fix it. It usually does.
Am I still lagging?
Yeah. No, I mean like you might have to like leave the whole session and then come right back in.
Okay, let me
That
try.
usually
Hold on.
that usually fixes it.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, hold on.
You're good. I'm sorry, y'all. Forget to tell them about D&D, man. I don't even put myself in D&D. I'm getting all these notifications and shit popping down from me. So I'd be hypocritical to tell them to go in D&D if I don't even do it myself. But I'm gonna start it eventually. I'm gonna start doing that eventually. But we're probably gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I don't want to go into an hour or 20 minutes and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying. But this was a good vibe, man. I bugs with it. Yo, they be getting lit in my area. Damn.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a lot better now. So,
Sorry. Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
My
any types of podcast tips you have, shit, you feel free to DM me. I can help you out with all that stuff for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I yeah, I've like I've guessed it a lot on other things, but I haven't like
For noticing, yes,
oh
they
started like I always feel like I have to edit the stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
I mean, editing is like one thing, but I like mine to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? So like, whatever happens, I just like to just keep it like that because it's authentic, it's genuine. There's no editing or anything like that. It's just the real
right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, it's still laggy. What the hell?
Is it?
Yeah,
It used to
I
be
don't know if
bigger, but I
it's.
have 6 reasons why
Oh
they're
my
a little bit
gosh.
thinner now and why.
Device
I don't know
audio.
what
Oh, it could be me. It's probably me, maybe.
is it the connection?
I mean, it
And
shouldn't
it's
be.
such a
And I'm like trying my, I don't know, my iPad is freaking out. I have my iPad open and I was looking up stuff. It's
Yeah, it's
fine.
super laggy. Like I don't even see you talking. It's just different frames
Can you
moving
hear
around.
me? Oh my gosh.
I can hear you. It's just different frames.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, fake.
I messed it up. I don't know how to fix it.
Dang,
Let me refresh.
that's weird. Right? How it does that? Okay, all right, there we go. It's good now.
You saw it last
And
time.
I know, and it's going right back to it. Ah, hell.
It's lagging. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's right back to it. I wonder what causes that to happen because this is
Does it
something
happen
new.
all the time or is it just
No, yeah, no, this is like one of the better like virtual studios. Like if you want to do like podcasting to where it's all virtual and shit, this is one of the best ones to do it on. And usually this doesn't
hmm.
happen.
Let me leave completely. I'm gonna I'm
Yep,
gonna like
yeah,
I
that
mean
makes
I
sense.
left completely, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like re-click on the link and start over that way and see if that
Okay,
works. Okay, hold on, I'll be
yeah,
back.
okay. Damn, man. I don't know if y'all did. I don't know if this fucking thing did some updates or what the fuck, but you guys are fucking up my shit. You guys are fucking my shit up, making it look weird. God damn. Shit. Let's see. I hope it works. I hope it works. Cause it was doing so good until it started getting laggy and shit. So I hope this shit works. Let's see. Oh my motherfucker. Yeah,
No?
still laggy.
Okay. Because I closed it out. I closed out the browser and I like came back, pasted the link and did the whole
it's
thing
it's
all over
doing
again.
it's doing it's doing better than it was, but it's still laggy if that makes sense.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to be a Minecraft character the rest of the way.
Just a Minecraft character. That's crazy. But cause you can still see like the whole logo and stuff, right? You can see the logo Gonzo's Convos on your screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with that, right, since we're about to wrap it up here, I have a tiny little challenge at the end of every podcast episode. Have you
Oh
heard
no.
of
What did I do?
you click the you click the you inverted the camera.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
All
Yeah.
right.
But have you heard of the emoji challenge?
Yes, you did that in my live.
I did.
Yeah, you said, "Can you
I
mimic this emoji?"
did. I did. You acted out one of them. Yeah. Actually,
I
that
sure
was
did.
that's funny because that was one of the ones on here. I don't understand what that one actually means. Oh, here we go. It's back. It's not lagging no more.
Okay,
There we go.
bring it
Are you
on.
she's ready, she's ready for it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the basic one.
I
It's not.
can't wink. Hold on, I'm Asian. That was unfair. Okay.
But like, if you're Asian, would that make it easier? I have small eyes too. It's okay. I could wait.
This is my favorite one.
Which one? The monkey emoji or
No,
that one you said?
this one.
Oh, okay. It was lagging a little bit, and you were doing that. So
Oh, there was
I
a
feel like
monkey
the one you
emoji.
just did, that's more like That's like everyone uses that shit. Like people get annoyed pretty easily.
No, I don't even use that. You really like the winky ones.
Let's just say I use them a lot, and in my day.
Oh, I just did
That
that.
one,
I just did that.
that one, that's my I'm too lit face. So instead of like texting a homie like I'm too fucking lit, I'll just text that and they know exactly what I'm talking about. And then that was the one that was
That's
from
the
your
one.
TikTok live. Yeah, that one was from there. So I don't understand exactly what that means. That's why like that one's on here because it's one of the newer ones. But I see
Oh,
people use that in posts for different shit, and I don't really know exactly the whole meaning behind it.
want to watch, but you do.
You said what?
When you don't want to watch it, but you do. Like if you're watching like a scary movie, right? And so like a scary scene's coming on, and you don't want to see it, but you're curious to see what's gonna happen. It's like one of the, like it's like yeah, you can use that for anything. Like something crazy might be going down, and you're like curious to see what's gonna happen. Like you don't know, like you don't know if you want to watch it because you don't know what's gonna go on, but you
Yeah,
kind of do. That's exactly what
yeah.
that is.
Okay.
Like, ooh, there's some
Yeah.
drama.
Some drama. So would you say you use this one often?
Sometimes, yeah,
Sometimes. So for the
yeah.
drama type situations,
I definitely use this in drama. Like if on TikTok, if there's like something going on TikTok live and people are fighting, I'll put that for sure. I'd be like, oh,
that's funny. So like I feel like you put that emoji, but you're still watching. Like you still watching like
oh,
what the fuck?
100%. It's like when I type in LOL, but like LOL, I'll type LOL, but my face is like this.
Yeah,
But I'm
it's blank face.
LOLing in the comments. Yeah.
Yeah, I consider that laughing in your head. So you're still LOLing, but in your head.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
then you wouldn't be laughing out loud. You would be laughing in your head. L
but
I
it's
Y
loud.
H.
But it's
L
loud
I
in your
Y
head.
H. Laughing in your head. Are you gonna
But
have
it's
paint?
but it's loud in your head. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you still use it. You know what I mean?
I guess. My cousin got mad
Yeah.
at me because we were on FaceTime and we were texting each other at the same time and I put LOL and she's like, "Bitch, you're not even
Bitch.
laughing." She's like, "You're much just like my trust issues."
Yo, I'm dead. But shit. Well, I do appreciate you finding the time to come on here, have a whole vibe, talk about the main topic, and just show exactly who you are. And I fuck with it. I would say that you definitely have the personality and the charisma to start your own podcast for sure, and I want to see that shit prosper. So
Oh,
I'm off.
I appreciate you.
I
Well,
am
we're
off.
homies on Instagram, so
Absolutely, and shit. DM me anytime like you need help with it. I got you. I started
yeah.
straight from the bottom, so I'm serious.
And
Like I was only
if you
posting.
ever want me back on, I'm always more than willing to always have a little good chat.
Absolutely.
I
You
was
know what?
actually
Cause
trying to stream this on TikTok at the same time, like because sometimes I'll do that when I'm on podcasts. I'll like go live on my TikTok so people can like
yeah,
kind of hear in. But my dummy self couldn't find my other phone, so I was like, it's fine.
I said that's highly encouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind that at all. Shit. I don't know. I can't remember if someone actually done that before yet. I don't
Oh,
know.
I
I can't
usually
remember.
do because like a lot of people like they'll because I don't know like not know but like where to share it so that people can like be interactive. And
Yeah, I got you.
so when I go on like TikTok live while I'm on a podcast, they'll be really
Yeah,
super interactive in the comments, especially if they can hear the conversation that's going on. But you're on your headset, so I would have had to take it
yeah,
out. But usually that's what I do is like I'll because like I said, I was on some controversial like podcasts before. And so like the
yeah.
comment section would just be like, "Oh, what the fuck is this guy talking about?" Like, and they would just go, and I'm like, I would just look over at them like, "Shut up!"
Yeah. They probably get you heated. I wouldn't doubt it. But
Well, the thing is,
as
though, that
far
I
as
don't really
the
get
the pre,
heated.
as far as like the previous podcast you've been on compared to this one, which was more mellow, more I guess you could say cordial. There you go.
More enjoyable.
Would you say that like what would you say that this podcast is as far as the ones you've been on previously? Would you say it's better or it's like around the same? What would you say?
I mean, it's different. It's it's definitely not as structured as what I'm used to.
Yeah,
Because it's like we're just having a conversation. So I think it's really cool.
yeah,
But yeah, so like the ones that I've been on have been like pretty structured. Where like I was like my friend. I think the very first one that I did with him, it was like a DJ on Misfits Radio, and
yeah.
he had like an hour where he would like bring a guest on for a little bit to talk, but we only had like such a like so much time to talk, so it was very like boom, 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 boom. Thanks for coming, right?
Yeah,
So a lot of the podcasts I have been on have been very like, okay, boom, we'll talk about it. Then we're gonna move on to the next topic. We'll talk about it. Boom, boom, boom. Where this is like super free flowing. Like I had a great time. We're sitting here laughing, talking. Like I enjoyed it. Like not gonna lie, like I really enjoyed it. And I think it's cool. And I mean, you know, even if we were just like chopping it up, and getting to know each other, like that's still. I
oh
still
yeah,
think that we talked about things that you know is content worthy.
absolutely,
So
absolutely. You know that's and hey, that's the whole point of this podcast. Is it's like a good way to network, good way to get to know one another, and then get on to
right,
the main topic, get to know like how they feel about the main topic, and then just keep it flowing from there. So that's the whole idea I had when especially when I started doing this on my own too. Was like I want to do something different, you know, because every podcast has been structured around some way, shape, or form, and I wanted mine to
right.
just be flowing. So yeah, and a lot of people seem to fuck with it, so I'm glad. I'm glad the idea worked.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
it. But I feel like you
That's
have a
all that
lot
matters.
of good topics in mind. So come around like season 5, which is probably gonna be like wintertime. You know, maybe then you can help me come up with a topic because I'm still kind of like I don't know what the fuck to
Best
talk
bet.
about.
Bet.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll have my podcast up and running then too. So we can always do a little something, something.
oh absolutely, you already know. But with that being said, I do appreciate you coming on. You know, new friends in the making, obviously.
Right.
It was a cool little vibe, and yeah, appreciate you taking the time to come on.
I appreciate you for having me here.
Absolutely.
Shameless
And
plug.
then look
Follow me
out.
on TikTok and Instagram.
I was gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to social medias, all that shit. Yeah. Go ahead. Follow. Give her a follow on Instagram. She goes live on TikTok pretty frequently, so pop in there. Don't say no weird shit because I don't promote that. Um, and yeah, go show her some love. And with that being said, like I said, thank you for coming on, and I look forward to having you on in a future episode too.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you.
All right, you have a blessed night.